All right. It is well, as another reaction video, and I'll be honest with you. This is a very much more serious reaction, or especially this video in particular, because well, one, you're gonna be hearing things. You'll probably hear things in the background. Sorry, I've have people around, but two, mainly this apparently there was an incident that happened with the VTuber Camilla, which she has a stalker that tried to break into her home, which I was like, wait, what? I was actually very surprised that that happened, because never have I thought that suddenly what is it? I never thought that, well, this will happen to someone, especially with someone like her. I don't know. I guess she's like the parasocial type of VTuber, but we're gonna get to the juice, the horrific juice, I guess you can say, and to see what is wrong. It's not this one; it's the pink one behind. So you're gonna see at the moment. Okay.
Oh my god, look at her little, like... What the fuck was that?
Oh yes, I forgot to say that this is by Officer Erundel. I'm still trying to figure out the name. Uh, reacted to her video. Sorry, sorry I didn't
Welcome
say
back,
anything.
my delinquents. We actually have an absolutely terrifying VTuber case
Okay.
today about the imp VTuber Camilla, and warning, it's kind of spooky. You probably saw
I
it in
love
the
her VTuber.
beginning of the video, if I put it there, of what seems to be someone breaking into our house. And we have some information about this, that it seems to be confirmed that it was a stalker, which this will turn into me
Yeah,
ranting
that's
again about the
bizarre.
dangers of parasocial. And I just want to clarify before we go even further to the story, don't do this. VTubers may be nice to you on stream. They may be friendly with you. They are not your friends. They are not your family. They are not
Mm-hmm.
your girlfriend. Do not go
Yeah.
to their home. Do not approach them in
100.
public.
Yeah,
Do
100%.
not do these things. Okay? It is dangerous. It is.
It's interesting because I think these are the people who have very, I don't know who are, I don't know what you say, like maybe very disconnected with people, or just very alone, or just incredibly lonely. But I agree this with 100% that, you know, even though the person is hi or what's up and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, this person, the VTuber, or even just a person, they don't know you. So don't try to treat it more as if, as what it is. So you won't be so emotionally attached. There were moments personally for myself where such things did like this, like such things did happen, you know, but at a certain point I got over it. So that's so you know try not to be so socially connected with someone even though you don't know them. It's not normal. It's very odd. And also, what is it, the other thing that I've always hated a lot was that, what is it, calling the people by their first names and all that stuff. I hate that. I hate that, like when people, what is it, when people talk, what is a message Asmongold, and they call him Zach and all that. I'm like, dude, don't call him Zach. You don't know him. Like, if it was by like an actual friend, then that's different. But don't do that. I hate it. I hate that.
Terrifying. Okay? And if you feel yourself becoming too parasocial to a VTuber, please seek help. Well, that's my PSA before we get into the story, but let's get into the story of what actually happened on stream just yesterday. Okay, so we're going to start off with a clip here and talk about it. This was also picked up by Dextero, which other
Yeah.
like big
This
channels here
Certo.
talking about
This
this, because
Certo.
it was actually a very creepy incident. And I'm going to be honest, even watching this, it spooked the hell out of me. Like, because this actually sounds
Yeah.
terrifying. But
That's
let's get into the clip before we go
just
into
hearing that,
Camilla's
dude.
response and talking about this. But nobody panic. The police have been involved in the situation and it seems to be resolved. But let's get into it.
Elena's is so cute too. Oh my god, look at her little, like...
Yeah, that's another VTuber.
What the fuck was that?
Honestly, I had a stroke hearing this, but yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
terrifying.
Dude, anybody will freak out at that.
Chat. What the...
Who's played that? Is that her?
Yeah, that was
Oh, that is her playing
terrifyingly
that.
loud.
That was her playing that music in the background. What the okay. But yeah, man, that is loud. For her mic to pick that up, I mean, I don't think she really has like she probably isn't using like a whole lot of I don't know what you could say, mic settings where it'll block out like everything. I've seen some people have that really really strong, like myself. Like I have things like in the back, like kind of like in the distance, and the mic doesn't pick it up, but because I have it fairly, fairly up there. But yeah, that is loud. That is like that is literally across like the down the hallway loud. That's
And Camilla did try to continue
sheesh.
with their stream for a bit as they checked this out. That updated that someone was trying to get into their home, and then not long, I would say within the next 5 minutes, ended the stream. I'm assuming because they called the police, as they go into the details of that in their Twitter posts. And I want to say in this that this is like anyone's worst nightmare, someone trying to get into their house. And I think at this
Yeah,
time they weren't
man.
sure if someone was breaking in or something else. And it seems to be confirmed that it seems to be her stalker, as they were saying something similar to they were friends with Camilla. But let's go into their response before we go too much into it and into the parasocial activity.
You know what's funny is that if the person kept saying I'm friends with this person, but I'm like, but what's this person's name, by the way? It'd be crazy, Shit.
Etc. Okay, so first response around 23 hours ago, someone during the evil stream yesterday knocked on my window and then went away. So I assumed it was nothing, but turns out it wasn't nothing because someone tried breaking into my home during my stream just now, which I would think is normal. Most people would hear things outside their home and not think twice about it. The cops have already dealt with him. We are okay. W to the panic button on my desk. We finished talking to the officers, considering the person I
Okay.
only ever interacted was when I was live, makes him believe it was a stalker. He also said the guy kept repeating, "She's my friend, it's okay."
Oh, and
And
it's
seeing
a
she
guy
doesn't
too.
know
Of
who
course
this
it
is,
was. Oh
it is
boy.
very likely it's someone from her stream or online, air quotes. Not saying it's automatically one of her like
Yeah,
regular fans. It could just be someone who sees her regularly online, etc., who
it could be.
thinks they're air quotes friends and has just rocked up to her house or
You know what's scary about that is like this could be someone who is either one an actual fan, which is one thing, but imagine if this was someone posing themselves as a fan, but they're really a hater. Bro, that's even scarier. I mean, both are scary, but imagine someone hating you enough to be like, "Oh, I know where you live," and actually show up at your house. Oh boy.
some reason, which I can't believe someone has gotten a hold of her address somehow. Among other things, it's kind of terrifying to
Yeah,
think.
for real, dude.
But
How?
luckily, it seems to at least be resolved for now. But stalking situations, sadly, tend to be more long term. I just want to say here that
Yes.
this is despicable behavior. This should never happen. And guys, if you are feeling like you're entitled to a VTuber's time, presence, or to be in their personal space, you really
Yeah.
need to take a step back, seek a mental health professional or something at least, because this is behavior that is becoming dangerous to other people around them, and it turned very, very dangerous
Yeah,
quickly.
very
Stalking
much, man. It's
is
just
like the first
crazy.
symptom of very extreme behavior. Obviously, there's a lot.
I don't know if Camilla is a like a parasocial like VTuber type. She probably is. I don't really watch a whole lot of her content, but man, I I just couldn't believe. I've heard of various stories like this, but man, I cannot imagine just like you know going just doing what you do every day as a content creator, or just a streamer, and then just someone be like just knocking on your window. Bro, that's another thing too. The doors, dude. You know what's even crazier is that I'm pretty sure. I mean, if she's in a 2-story house, it's one thing, right? But given that this person knocked on her window, I'm gonna assume either she lives in a one story building, which that person, what's even crazier is that if that person was crazy enough, they could have just barged through the window. That would have been insane.
A lot of things before that, but this is when it
Jesus
starts to
Christ.
escalate from online just having a fascination to in real life harassment. And I hope Camilla is doing okay now and everything can continue as normal and this person gets removed. Unfortunately, a lot of countries have not the best stalking laws, so I hope this is resolved and the police
Yeah.
in our area takes
Yeah,
this
yeah.
seriously. Guys, be better than this. Don't do this kind of stuff to your V. And that's
Yeah, dude, for anyone, dude, don't do this shit. That's way overboard. Don't do that. I remember hearing the really crazy story with the what's her name? I think her name was Anita. And if you guys don't know who she is a Tourette's content creator, and that's what she's famously known for because of like her random ticks and the things that she says from her ticks, which makes it really really entertaining. And so just seeing that how someone like her, she's a very sweet girl. She's very funny, very very sweet, very kind. But man, someone actually like stalked her to the point where they're like, I believe it went as far as someone like sticking like their hand through like the mailing slot because she's I'll be honest with you, like what modern place in at least in the US have like mailing slots? But I believe she doesn't live in the US. I believe she lives like in the EU and things. In Europe. I don't know where, but for what I remember. And the thing about it is that like the stalking laws and things like that are like so loose over there that the person basically has to be the person basically has to be in the house for them to do anything. It's insane, man.
seems to be where the story is kind of left at the moment, and I don't think we should be digging around for any more information because this should be resolved by the police.
Yes, absolutely.
Ideally, that's going to be the safest way to do it. But I'm going to go into a rant into parasocial and unacceptable behavior and some of the signs of parasocial because I feel like this is becoming a bigger problem in the VTubing community where the parasocialism is going more and more extreme than ever, and people are feeling a certain entitlement to their VTubers or in general to streamers. And I think you should be aware of the signs of how to notice if behavior of other people or yourself are getting out of control. Because a lot of people don't understand what parasocial is. Parasocial is relationships that are one-sided relationships where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time, and the other party, the persona, is completely unaware of the other's existence. See, this is very common in entertainment, and this is the crux of the thing, is it's a one-sided relationship where that person is watching the VTuber streamer entertainment, they think they have a closer relationship than they actually do. And it's a kind of delusion realistically that has turned toxic because usually at some point they either think they are entitled to this extra time because they have this special bond, or they become bitter to the fact that they don't have that. And it just becomes more of an obsession than just a normal entertainer and viewer. Some signs of this
Yeah.
is intense compulsive feelings towards celebrities or VTubers, etc.
Borderline
You see this a lot from
pathological.
certain
Oh
kind of
yeah.
VTubers where they have people like defending them no matter what and just obsessively tweeting about them, obsessively watching all their things, obsessively talking about them. Pretty much obsessive is the biggest underlining.
Entertainment social celebrity is a source of gossip and slash interaction. Intense personal, intensive compulsive feelings towards celebrity. Yeah, borderline pathological, uncontrollable behavior slash fantasies. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are basically at borderline pathological. I'm pretty sure, man. It I've heard of I've heard of a lot. I think even myself as well. I've done it where guys and girls would essentially imagine that their entire life with said person as soon as they meet them and such. It's yeah, like I've been there before. It's
Thinking
insane.
that everything is about their favorite VTuber, and if they do not get the attention they desire, it becomes toxic. And if you say anything against their favorite or the one they're becoming parasocial with, they tend to get very aggressive. And if you find yourself becoming angry or
Yeah.
resentful due to your interest in VTubers or entertainers, it might be time to take a step back. It is not too late to step back from these situations and regain control. And it's perfectly fine to enjoy entertainers. It's
Yeah, of
perfectly fine to
course.
enjoy VTubers, but there is a healthy way to do it and a safe way. Because the last thing you want is to create an unsafe environment, girls and guys, and they have to stop VTubing because of the situation is just so
Yeah.
unsafe. Yeah, so this is my normal rant.
Absolutely, because the person has to stop doing what they're doing because they have to settle. They have to deal with this other thing to the side, so they can't really do their streams or do recordings and stuff because they'll be busy, with dealing with the police and all that stuff because of said individual and such. It's crazy, man. And yeah, man, like being so like emotionally connected with the with the VTuber, in this case a VTuber, that as someone says anything, you get emotionally, you know, responsive and things like that. It's like it's not healthy. If a person doesn't like whoever, then who cares? But if it's to the point where it's like, oh, they're making false, they're making just complete lies, it's like, well, sometimes you just gotta leave it, you just gotta leave that to themselves, because there's no point wanting to argue with said individual because in their mind, this is already, this is already justifiable, or this, it's already like, I guess you could say that's already like made up in their mind. Even though you could try to reason, there's really, the, the there's a saying that you can't reason crazy, so that could be that, that could be that person, they're just going berserk and just being unreasonable. So it's really not much you can do about it. You just leave those people alone. Leave them in their, in their own space, in their own corner, and just let them shout into the void. But man, like, but going out of your way to respond to said individual, nah, man, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Always go on about parasocial. Be aware of your friends, reach out to people, be aware of the boundaries of your VTubers, okay? Be aware.
Yeah,
This kind of stuff, you will end up accidentally scarring them for life and being more harmful than anything to
I like her
your
background.
relationship with the creator because they will never want to be around you in these situations. But that's my just a bit of a rant on this.
Yeah, of
And I want
course.
people to really be aware of this and be aware of the outcomes of these situations because stalking is very serious. It is a crime. You should not do it. It is very,
Well, maybe
very
depending where you're
bad.
at, it could be a
I
crime.
cannot underline that enough. But I hope Camilla's doing better and send your well wishes over to her.
Yeah, same, man, same.
As this is probably a very creepy situation and terrifying in general. But guys, that's just my little rant on this. A little bit of a dive into this case. It's not a long one, but I felt it's like important to talk about it. The fact that it happens, seeing it's going around everywhere, but also about the fact of the dangers of parasocial and uncontrollable behaviors,
Yeah,
fantasies, or
absolutely.
intense personal compulsive feelings towards your celebrities or entertainment providers that can become unhealthy. But sorry for the intense rants, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. What do you think of this situation? What do you think of this person?
It's
And
crazy,
what
man.
do you think can really be done to try and stop this kind of activities? And can anything be done? You can also check the links in the description for the Patreon and other things.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty much the end of the video. But it's crazy, man, because what is it? It's crazy, man, because like you may think it's just crazy to me because I don't the part that's sad about that that's gonna be terrible for. Hey, what's up, Elisa? The part that's gonna suck for Camilla is that she's gonna have to possibly move, even, to even go somewhere else, because this person found where she lived. How the hell did this person find where she lived? That is a great question. How? Because she looks like someone that's very secure with everything. This has to be possibly someone who she knows, or maybe someone she has known before in the past. Because even though it sounds kind of schizo, with someone saying, I'm a friend, I'm a friend. But I'm like, but to me, I would be like, but who are you? And how did you even find this place? Because I'd be very surprised. I'd be like, how did you find, like, how did you find her house and stuff? It, it's very interesting, and how deep that someone's willing to go, especially to break laws and all that stuff. My God, dude, it's crazy. But yeah, guys, again, don't do this, especially if you're feeling very compulsive, emotionally attached, and all that stuff. I'll be honest, you would need to step back. As I said before, I've had this feeling too, and even for myself, I have as well stepped back and to look at things more different, and detach myself emotionally and all that stuff. I've that's happened to me before, and yeah, man, it's crazy, um, how someone is willing to go this far, especially to no, and it wasn't even, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not surprised either that it was a guy. I wasn't surprised either. I'm like, this is exactly something that a very um this sounds like someone who would have very emotionally um unstable, I guess you could say. And I'm not surprised that it was a man who did it, because from the way how things are going for men, for men entirely, um yeah, I'm not surprised by this, you know uh physically, men are, not, being in relations often. There kind of been more terminally online educations going down for men and all that stuff. It's like, I'm not surprised that this was part of the result, that someone could be so disillusional, thinking that this person is actually their friend. As I said, maybe they were their friend at one point, maybe, but I don't know, man. It's crazy. But anyway. Thank you for watching, man. This is bizarre. It's crazy, man. But 9 video, and I made that shit into 20 minutes. Of course I did. I like talking, but this is, it's very, very serious. Don't do this, guys. And if you feel very, very strongly about this, about some of these things, I recommend getting some help, uh, because it's not okay, to believe that this is okay to do. Okay, all right. Anyway, as thank you for watching. Hope you was a like and subscribe if you want to. Um, I will be live later today at 7:30 p.m. All right. Have a good one, and yeah.